when I was traveling around the country doing interviews for my biography, Memory Babe. There was a lot going on in the Kerouac realm. New Kerouac biographies were in the works by both Dennis McNally and the team of Barry Gifford and Larry Lee. But the hottest action was going on down in Hollywood, the filming of Carolyn Cassidy's memoir, Heartbeat, with such stars as Nick Nolte, Sissy Spacek, and John Hurd. I counted myself lucky to be a friend of Carolyn's, and through her I wangled an invitation to the set down in Culver City in early October of that year. I had just missed seeing my new friend Jan Kerouac, Jack's daughter, there. I had also managed to connect Carolyn and Jan, so that Jan got a bit part in the film, a part that was unbelievably left on the cutting room floor. You know, can you believe that? I mean, they filmed Jan Kerouac, Jack Kerouac's own daughter, in a scene from Heartbeat, and then the producer and director said, let's throw it out. You know, we could actually have seen Jack's daughter in that film, and some idiot just throws it out on the cutting room floor. Anyway, Jan was working on a memoir too, as were Jack's ex-wives, Edie Parker and Joan Haverty, as well as his quantum girlfriends, Joyce Johnson and Helen Weaver. The women were surfacing, though it would be almost 2 more decades before they got their due in Brenda Knight's landmark book, Women of the Beat Generation, as well as Richard Peabody's lesser-known but equally important, A Different Beat. One woman had notably been absent from all this neo-beat hullabaloo, the woman every Kerouac fan knew as Mary Lou from On the Road, Luann Henderson Cassidy. No one had heard from her in a long time. No one seemed to know where to find her. Then one day, while I was still out in California, I got a call from Larry Lee. Larry deserves remembering here. A Peabody Award-winning journalist for KRON television in the Bay Area, he was one of the first prominent gay men in San Francisco to die from that epidemic that would take so many thousands of lives out there. It troubles me to see how quickly Larry Lee's name has been forgotten in the Bay Area, and how people now routinely ask who when his name is mentioned. And I'll skip a little bit. There's a little bit about Larry here, but I'm going to skip that. Larry called me around the middle of October, just as I was getting set to return to my mother's house in a Chicago suburb named Lyons, which was my home base at that time, the place where I was finally beginning to turn years of research into the thousands of lines of inked typeface that would eventually become Memory Babe. I know where Luann is, Larry told me. Would you like to know? Was the Pope Catholic? Luann, as it turned out, was at that very moment in San Francisco General Hospital. As much as I wanted to interview her, she was in no condition to endure a barrage of questions while I ran a tape recorder on her. But she could receive visitors, I was told. Larry may have spoken to her about me. I don't remember. I had also recently interviewed her good friend, Al Hinkle. That might have helped too. I don't remember all the steps exactly, but she consented to see me. And I got down to San Francisco General as fast as my rental car would carry me. And I go a little bit out here, but just to let you know, since you're not San Francisco, San Francisco General is a hospital for poor people. It's a hospital where gang members get treated and AIDS victims who don't have money. It's not a hospital for the rich and privileged. It's a hospital where people that have really no resources go. I entered Luann's hospital room, not knowing what I would find. Those years of cross-country travel and hundreds of interviews have been a dizzying roller coaster, meeting crazy, alcoholic barroom bruisers who threatened my life, and a few poets who threatened my life too, as well as some of the loveliest, sweetest people in the world, people who were ready to do anything to help someone, me, write the truth about their late friend or relative, Jack Kerouac. What I saw was a larger than I had expected, beautiful 40-ish woman with a full head of blonde curls in a blue hospital gown with one hand swathed completely in white bandages, giving me the softest, kindest, most understanding smile I'd seen in a long, long time. She was